I don't know.
Is Posta MAGA?
I don't know. I was just thinking of that because I don't know.
I don't
It
know
was.
either.
It can't possibly be. That game's from like 1995, 96 or something.
It's impossible to tell what people think is MAGA because they don't know.
Yeah, it's
They're like, we
anything that
love Rage Against the Machine. Do you though?
it's anything I don't like.
Yeah.
No, but they like things you like. They just don't know that they don't like it because they haven't actually
Yeah.
like. There's MAGA people who love Star Trek, and I'm like, have you watched the episode?
Yeah, I like the fact that Star Trek has never once been political.
Yeah.
It only got woke when they made Discovery.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, that works. Meg is everything you don't like. I mean, apparently woke is everything they don't like. So.
Yeah. No, I know. Actually, you know what's really funny? So, one of my favorite podcasts is Doughboys, and they do chain restaurants and fast food. They talk about it. It's really good. It's very fun and funny. And every year they do an episode about Steak and Shake as like the final one. So they're on Steak and Shake 10. And like because they hate Sadar Big Laurie, he's a bad man and he owns Steak and Shake and he made it pretty bad for the most part. Um, yeah, so like they hate him for a while. So like one time they went to get a steak and then they shook hands or whatever, that sort of thing. But anyway, long story short is this time around they went back to the only Southern California Steak and Shake left, which is in Victorville. And apparently it's one of the original, like when they moved it out of the South, or I'm sorry, out of the Midwest. They that was one of the first ones that they built in California. And so, like, for example, there was a Steak and Shake in Campbell for about 6 months. I went there when it first opened, and it was great. And then I took a break, and I went back after like 4 months in, and it was awful because they'd done all the cost cutting stuff, and it was just a terrible experience. And then it closed like two months later. But and the thing is, the guy who owns it is like super sucking up to the right wing and everything. Like, but the reason I mentioned all this is because part of him sucking up to the right wing is that their burger or their fries are now in beef tallow. And the thing is, like, what people don't realize is the only reason we stopped using beef tallow for French fries is because seed oil was cheaper.
Yeah.
There's no health benefit. I mean, they're both bad for you. Don't get me wrong. Like, but there's no health benefit to using beef. There's no health penalty to using seed oil, except for the fact that it makes it cheaper, which means that you're going to eat more. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. You know what I mean? So there is that a little bit. But like they went and they reviewed it this time. Like, God damn it, these fries are so much better. Blah blah blah. I hate ourselves that we got to like this and all that kind of stuff. The entire time I was thinking, no, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's crazy. Like, that's the one thing where it's like the crazy people are insane because they're like, oh yeah, seed oils are going to give you autism and all that kind of stuff. It's like,
no, you're still overthinking it, giving too much credit. No, seed oil is for soy boys, and beef is for men. And so beef tallow makes them like fries that go straight to my testicles. You're laughing, but that is like, I mean, I'm being I'm being hyperbolic here, but that's kind of exactly the mentality.
No, I know, and that's why it's so funny because it's like, here's the thing: beef tallow French fries taste good. I would eat the hell out of them if there was a place that was like, yeah, we make them out of that. But if they say we make them out of that because it's better and it's manlier or whatever, we're like, no, I don't care. But if they say we like it, it tastes yummy, then be like, hell yeah, dude, sign me up.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's a great example. Like what you're saying is like, there are things that we both like. It's just that people are so dumb right now, they don't realize that it's okay to like these things. But also, it doesn't make you manlier to eat beef tallow.
Yeah. And I thought that's something we figured out, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Who gives food is not inherently manly. None of these, like, there are very, very few things you can put in your body that like make your balls swell. There are so few things that actually have any gender like, okay, yes, soy. If you eat 5 pounds of tofu a day. Maybe your estrogen will go up. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that, I don't know, like there's all kinds of like that's the thing is people hear the word chemicals or whatever and they don't understand what the word toxic means. Water can be toxic if you have too much water in your body.
Yeah, you can get water poisoning.
Yeah, which was insane when I learned about that. Also, apparently, if you drink pure water, like straight up pure H2O water, because all the water that we drink has a lot of minerals and things like that in it, and other things. But if you drink pure H2O water, it's actually bad for you because I forget the details, but basically, like it strips minerals from your body.
I mean, it makes sense. Your body wasn't adapted to drink that. It was adapted and evolved from drinking shit out of a stream.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, like there was this great show that only lasted 2 seasons, but it was called Going Deep with David Rees. And if you can find it, illegally pirate it and download it because there's no other way. It's a show that no longer exists. Like straight up, just there are photos and still frames of it, but there's no one owns it. Anyway, but like he did an episode about how to make a perfect ice cube, and he like talked to people. Like the entire premise was he would have a simple question like how to make an ice cube, and he would talk to like water scientists, freezing scientists, all this kind of stuff. He like talked to someone about water, like pure water, and she's like, here, you should have a sip of this. And he did, and he's like, this tastes terrible. This is the worst thing in the world. Why would anyone drink this? It's like, yeah, it's bad for you, and also it tastes bad because all that mineral is what gives it the terroir. But then there's people who are like, no, there's all these metals in it, and our ancestors never drank that. And it's like, yes, they did.
They did too.
Yeah, they drank a lot worse.
Yeah, you got minerals because it was flowing over rocks.
Yeah. People are just crazy and weird.
People are fucking stupid.
Well, except
for us, we're smart.
No, like, here's the thing. We're stupid enough to realize that we're, you know what I mean? It's like we're smart enough to realize we're stupid in a lot of things. But also we're stupid enough to realize, a lot of this stuff doesn't matter. Like biohacking, it's like, why would I care about that? Like, you can save so much time if you just do these 5 things. It's like, I don't want to do that.
You look, I'm fat and out of shape. I know exactly why. I know the 5 things I could do tomorrow to fix that. It's not fucking rocket science.
For most people, yeah. There was an actual science thing that I remember that was really funny. So like, what was it? It was about aromatherapy, and someone did this experiment where they gave people a memory test, and then some people they pumped like a certain scent in the air, and some people they didn't. And I think it was rosemary, or maybe it was either rosemary or oregano or thyme. And the reason I say that is because it's from that song, and I always get those mixed up. Let's just say rosemary. And one of the things is like ancient Greeks were like, oh, you put rosemary laurels on your head when you're studying, and it helps you retain the knowledge better or whatever. It was like an ancient thing. And this guy, so he does a study and gives them rosemary or whatever. And he's looking at the data. And he's like, see, there's no difference. There's only like a 0.5% chance. Like, wait, but all of the people who had the rosemary, like, remembered remembered 23 and a half words, whereas most people remembered 23. And he's like, well, that doesn't seem right, so I'm just going to test it again. And he tested it again, and he realized, holy shit, it worked. And every time he tested it, he realized that the people who had oregano in the air, or whatever it was, rosemary, like consistently remembered like half a word to 1 word more than people who didn't have it. And he couldn't explain it. And then he's like, all right, I guess just scientifically this proves that like there is something to this. And then someone said, well, why don't you do that all the time? He's like, I don't know, if I don't eat pasta, I'm going to get hella abs. I don't give a shit enough to do that. I don't want I don't want rosemary everywhere just so I can remember 1 extra word out of 24 instead of 23. It's like, yeah, it's a good point. It's such a marginal increase. It's like, who cares?
Yeah. Is it really going to change your life? Really? No. Then forget, it's not worth it. For somebody, it might be worth it. If you're all into herby shit and having things in the air anyway, and you're all into aromatherapy, like, cool, maybe sprinkle in some rosemary once in a while, but like, it's not worth going out of your way.
Yeah, it's like kombucha. Like, if you like kombucha, it's a good drink. I mean, I don't like it, but that's just because it's like too bitter, too yeasty, whatever. I'm like, you like kombucha? Go ahead and drink it. It's not bad for you, or at least not bad, no worse than anything else. It doesn't have any health benefits. It's not going to cure your cancer the way some people think. But I'm not going to be like, nobody should drink kombucha because it's hyped up by these organic hippies who think it cures cancer. It's like, it's good. Drink it if you like it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get into. We put it off long enough. Let's stake this vampire. Let's talk about the end of the season. We're gonna be high, welcome out without play out cast. Our podcast from the night of the 80s. We're gonna be talking about season 49, episode The End, which was titled Fever Dream, something like that.
I don't know. I didn't put it in the notes.
Yeah. Like, I feel bad. Like, I think in like 3 years, if I ever came back and rewatched the season, I think I would like it more. Like, it seems like it's one that's going to be better if you watch it one episode a day instead of one episode a week. You know what I mean? Like, waiting to see what happens next does not do this season much justice. Just like one of the bad seasons we were talking about in the recent era. My buddy, I told her to like watch it and then just watch it really fast all the way through just to get through it to watch the next season. And when she was watching, she was like, it was fine. Like, it wasn't remarkable, but it was fine.
Yeah.
And I came to realize, like, oh yeah, no, it's just like trying to figure out what was going to happen next and look for good stuff kind of made it suck. But yeah, I feel like this is one of those ones. In a couple of years, I'll watch it and be like, yeah, it was pretty good.
That is true. Some seasons are more bingeable, and some seasons, like, you wait the week to figure out what's going to happen, and then it's a big letdown. And it just, because of the blue balls of the full week, it's that much worse. But, you know, if you're binging it, like, all right, that was a letdown. Next episode.
Yeah. And in fairness, there are seasons where that week of anticipation is really good. You know what I mean? And then it pays off. You're like, holy, like, remember, there was a season, I think we did, where they stopped the episode at Tribal Council. And, like, the next episode opened with Tribal Council. It was like, you motherfuckers.
I don't remember that. I can't believe I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Yeah. Well, anyway, okay, somebody read the description.
I'll do it. Where is it? Is it in here? It's in here.
Yeah.
Grandpa Jeff just learned about tattoos and needs to explain to us that he knows what they are. Then we get a montage that sums up the past couple episodes because the producers know no one watched them. So we see Steven get voted out again. Rizzo is gloating. Sophie is kicking herself. Sorry, it's just Sophie now. There's not another one. Sage is scheming, and Christina is there too. Savannah solves her advantage puzzle first, and Rizzo simply copies her. 4 people scour the ground before anyone considers looking up. Sage says it must be in the air, but then goes right back to digging. Sophie looks up and claims the advantage, but it doesn't help her. Savannah wins immunity, while Christina and Sophie are snake-bitten throughout the challenge. Savannah chooses Sage for the steak dinner that came with immunity. Apparently, Christina is good at making fire, so Savannah wants her out. But Christina pitches her fire-making as a reason to take her instead of Sage and beat Savannah. To spite me for saying apparently Christina is good at making fire, there's a usual suspects flashback montage of her repeatedly making fire. Christina is voted out. We don't even see what happens overnight. They go straight into the final immunity challenge right out of the commercial break. It's a brand new immunity challenge involving 1 ball and 2 handles. Sophie's ball handling skills are not up to par, and she's behind the entire time. But when she gets her ball out of the cage, she just rips into the challenge and wins immunity. Yeah. Everyone seems pretty good at making fire, and Sophie doesn't want input. She picks Sage for Final 3 and pits Rizzo and Savannah against one another in fire. Rizzo couldn't make a fire with a book of matches, and Savannah kicks his ass, making the Final 3 all women because Survivor is fucking woke now. Outwit, outplay, outcast is above all else a men's right... No, I'm not finishing this sentence. That's not going to come out of my mouth. The rest of that you can say. Kidding, obviously. Savannah wins, and we're going to talk about the final tribal. But first, Nick has one dumb question.
Yeah, it's not a joke question, but it is dumb. What was Sophie's advantage? Because, like, I was writing
Stupid.
a note.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
What was it?
So there's a part where they're, like, going up the ladder to get to the puzzle, and they have like it has like the pieces like the ladder, the rungs go back and forth, and you have to maneuver a ring up. Hers was already halfway up.
Oh, okay.
Saved her like fucking 10 seconds.
I know. When Jeff announced that's what it was, Sophie's face was like, okay. Because in the past, that advantage has been bonkers good, and this one was just like all right.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the thing. So I was writing a note. I was actually paying attention, but I was writing a note, and I figured, well, of course they're going to mention the advantage when it comes into like when it matters. It's like, oh, she has to just straight up skip this or whatever. And like the only time they mentioned it was when Sophie was having trouble getting through the net, and Jeff said something like, "You're really going to need that advantage now."
Yeah, Jeff said it a few times. Like Sophie's got that advantage; she could make up the time. But he said it like 3 or 4 times before she got to that point.
That was really funny. Yeah. Okay. So now, all right. Now I don't feel so bad because like I figured. She'll just run past something or something, whatever. It was just like, oh, your thing is halfway up. Oh, okay. In fairness, though, here's where I will give production credit is I don't think anyone could have predicted that she would have that much trouble with the net.
I don't know. Girls who have longer hair and keep it in a high pony or like coming out the back, they always get caught in that neck worse than anybody else. I don't know what it is. But it's happened in previous seasons too. I think the trick is go on your back and then pull yourself along the net, but maybe they're not allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think her hair was the issue. I think her issue is she wasn't willing to get in there. Her face was clean when she came out.
Yeah, that's true. I noticed that too.
Maybe.
As opposed to Christina, when Christina got out of the net, she got a hero shot of her fucking shooting it out of her nose.
I'm always surprised when someone does something like this and then they don't get pink eye.
Yeah. And I also noticed that when they went to Sanctuary after this, they had clean hands.
Well, yeah, I mean they're gonna wash. Like that's just you wash your hands before you eat dinner. What are you, a monster?
Because in the past I've noticed they had dirty mud hands still.
Oh.
After doing a mud challenge, they made them go straight to eating with their muddy hands.
I can't remember that far back.
I don't remember specific instances, but I remember being grossed out about it in the past.
I mean, how are they going to stop them? They take a boat out there. They just stick their hands in the water while they're on the way.
Yeah, but that's why I don't know why this is the first time because I think I was paying attention because I don't know. It's a thing I always noticed before how they have muddy hands after these challenges, and I find that disgusting. And so I was looking for it this time.
Yeah. Okay, well then let's talk about the final travel.
Yeah, let's just go straight to it. It's all foreplay.
They voted out Christina. I think it was like in hindsight, I really appreciate that they showed you all those because all right, look, I get on my high horse a lot of times about they're like, well, if they're gonna do something, pull something out of nowhere, they should show you where it came from. And then they did in fact show you, like, and then you realize, oh yeah, they showed us throughout the last 12 episodes, she's made fire a bunch of times. Yeah. And Steven said, wow, you're good at making fire. And it's just one of those things you don't notice. So it's like, good for them. So yeah, I'll accept my culpability in that. Good for them. So yeah, she gets voted out. That was a good move. Although I don't think, if you wanted to sideline her in the final, like all you would have to do is take her as a goat and then not let her do fire. But whatever, it's fine.
Right?
No, I think it'd be smarter. I think they were who was it? Was it Rizzo was saying it? Like the smart plan is bring Christina and then use her to get out the one that you don't want to bring with you.
Well, right? Actually, that's a good point too because
they knew they all sucked.
Yeah, and even with making fire, I don't think Christina would win. Like that would get her an extra vote or two, but I don't think she would win with it. So maybe that was hey, oh no, never mind. Sophie didn't win. Yeah, that's not a mistake after all.
I don't think Savannah didn't want to do that because Savannah already knew she had a good chance at winning regardless of who went with her.
Oh right, yeah.
Right. But so Savannah's only thing was like, if I don't win final immunity and they put me up against Christina, that's how I lose. Right. So it makes perfect sense for Savannah to get Christina out. Like, but that's the only one it makes perfect sense for.
Yeah. No, yeah, like Rizzo really should have thought harder of it, and Sophie should have thought harder of it. Sage obviously
Didn't have a choice.
It makes sense for her too, because it wasn't going to be Sophie, and it wasn't going to be, she couldn't let it be her. So yeah.
But it sucks for Sage because that was her route to winning Final Tribal or having a shot at Final Tribal was if it was Sage, Sophie, and Christina. And when it lined up that it was going to be Sage or Christina, that's when Sage lost. Like,
yeah,
Sage has to find a way in that tribal to get it off of Christina, and it's just it wasn't budging, and that's when the game was gone.
Like, fundamentally, and this is something that I've kind of noticed over the, like, just a way of looking at the game if you're inside of it is, there are X number of people who are playing a better game than you, and you need to get all of them out before Final Tribal Council. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing, is like, because, Sage was not in the driver's seat, people that she could beat kept going up on the jury. And so she was in a situation where there were 2 people left that she needed to get rid of, and there were only 2 opportunities, and there was just no way of doing it because she couldn't get rid of both Rizzo and Savannah.
Yeah. So I think Sage didn't have a shot. I think since she got Steven out. But that's the thing, because even Steven would have beaten her.
Oh yeah.
And after the votes are cast in this one, she came in 3rd behind Sophie. So it's like there's a decent chance she would have taken Sophie as a goat, and then Sophie fucking wins anyway.
Yeah.
Even if Sage had managed to pull that out.
Like, I know I'm talking a lot, but I'll be honest, I thought in the middle of the Final Tribal Council, I thought that Sophie was doing a better job and she was going to win.
Yeah. I think Sophie had a better Final Tribal, but I think Savannah had a better game, and the jury voted accordingly.
Yeah. Game recognized game.
Yeah. I think
Savannah did deserve to win. I just wish Sophie had.
Yeah. I came out of this season. Yeah. I think my favorite player is Sophie. Mm-hmm. I don't know that she played a great game, but I'm smitten as hell with her.
Yeah, like, yeah. So she's one of those players that I think, given another chance, could play. I'm using a lot of like weasel words here. But given another chance, I think that she is capable of playing a really good, solid, strong game. It's just that in this game, she didn't have that opportunity. She was playing from the bottom the entire time, and she, like, she played the middle as long as she could, but like eventually wound up on the low end, or like in a 3-person alliance, which was in the minority, and somehow managed to come up out on top. And there were other people around there. So I think she has a good game in her, but also, you don't know, like, was she just lucky for 25 days? That could happen too.
What's the opposite of game changers?
Goats?
I want a season, not goats, but like a season with Jay Cocaine and Sophie and Romeo, like just all like the 3rd placers.
The people who bombed out, like, they tried to make moves but couldn't do it. Oh, that'd be really interesting. Yeah, I don't know what the word for them would be, because
without being derogatory, right? I don't want to be
right. Yeah,
like
we've had multiple.
Yeah, even if you're a goat and you get to the end and you get no votes, you still got 3rd and you still did better than 16 other people. Like, you still played a provably better game than most people, even if you were a goat who came in 3rd.
No, I don't want that as a game. I want the people who tried to make moves and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I want Sophie. I don't want Sue.
Yeah. Wait, which Sue? There's a lot of Sues.
The old Sue who is like 55, and she's like, my secret at Final Tribal is that I'm actually I told them all I was 48, but I'm actually 55.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Until you said that part, I was like, do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? The old lady who lost. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want Sophie. I want Ben Katzman, the guy who was doing Metallica songs against Charlie's Taylor Swift songs. I want Jake O'Kane. Yeah. I want Owen from the season that Gabler won because Owen seemed cool. He just didn't make it. Like, these guys are like, they're good. They're cool. They just didn't do it.
Yeah. They tried in a game, especially in Gabler's season, where people just weren't trying.
Yeah. I want fucking Nora.
In fairness, though, I mean, he won like 8 million travel or immunities. So
yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's Ben Dryberg.
Yeah, Ben Dryberg and one. I don't know who you're thinking of.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know Gabler. He was the one who's like, "This is for Alaska, and this is for Rudy, and this is for my wife."
That was his moment.
This is for the troops.
Yeah, that was his moment. That's okay.
No, that's not. Anyway. I thought that Savannah went in with the lead, and I really thought that Christina's question about not connecting with anyone at all whatsoever, I thought that was what undid her, but evidently not.
I think it got her one more vote.
That was stupid, though. I mean, the way I understand her asking like the question, but the way she did it, like bring up their names of these people's family. But get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't remember any of them. That doesn't mean I didn't ever talk to them,
Yeah, I'm also bad at names. So let's see. Who voted for Sophie?
MC and
Christina. So that question might have gotten MC's vote. I think Christina was already going to vote Sophie, but that question might have also gotten her second instead of third,
Honestly, I think Savannah did pretty well with it. She got most of them. Like I remember,
you had kids, right?
We have the hell family member. Yeah, I remember your family member. I don't remember their names. Sorry. Like why would you? You don't know them.
But I mean, this thing. People come into the game with different priorities, Brian. Like some people like Christina value the social game as a significant part of the game, and they felt that Savannah didn't give a shit about the social game outside of her core alliance, which is a fair criticism because apparently she didn't.
That's fine, but the way she went about asking about it was stupid.
Yeah, well, I don't like questions. I don't like questions that single out one person's flaw, right? Like that question specifically singles out Savannah's flaw, and you can tell it's very much designed because Christina did not like Savannah and did not like the way Savannah played, but like. There was not a similar assassination for Sophie, and there was not a similar assassination for Sage. That's what I don't like about the question.
I don't care about that. I just care about name their family members. Like, that's stupid. Look, like Mitch's and David's kids, I have no fucking idea what their names are. I know yours literally just because they're Star Trek characters.
David's kids. David's kids are... Well, I don't want to say them on air. Yeah, I know people's kids' names. I think I know Mitch's kids' names.
I know Mitch. I know at least one.
I know at least one.
Yeah.
And he was, but this is the problem. See, Nick, I remember off the top of my head for sure one of them. I think the other one, and he was the best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
So I do relate to like, look, I listen to you. I do give a shit. I'm just terrible at remembering names.
Yeah. I mean, also they're not your kid.
Yeah.
I mean, well, but exactly. Like now that I think about it, she did recover pretty well because, for example, when she was talking to Sophie with an E on the jury, she said, like, I don't remember your brother's names, but I know you're the oldest of 4 or whatever, that sort of thing. It's like, so she did, but also correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the things she kind of was talking about in the early before Christina took her shot was like, I made an effort to get to know you people and things like that and whatnot. And that's fair game. It's like, well, you didn't actually make the effort, or maybe you think you did, but you didn't. So.
And I think it doesn't hit as hard if she's not sitting next to Sophie and Sophie is there mouthing the right answers the entire time. That's what makes it savage. right? If Christine asked that question and Savannah's like, I remember this, I remember that, but it's a game for $1 million. I was in the game with the strategy, blah, blah, blah. And Sophie's mouthing the right answers, and they're in the same alliance. It's not like it's not like they had totally different shit going on. They were in the same alliance. They got to the end a very similar way, and Sophie gave a fuck and remembered it all.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I feel like, you guys are right. It's hard to remember names and things like that. But if you are in a situation where, there's only 7 people they can interact with. You know what I mean? They can't actually talk to camera and crew or whatever beyond, necessities or anything like that. There's only 7 people that they can talk to. And you're there with that person for 24 hours a day for 25 days.
With fuck all else to do.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the reason you don't quite remember your friends' kids' names is because you have to get dinner, make food, and do all that kind of stuff, and go to work for 8 hours a day and take care of your own kids and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to do that when you're on the island.
Yeah.
You can remember Sophie's one brother's name or whatever. You know what I mean? You can remember one fact about each person.
Yeah. I also didn't like Savannah's. Juwan had his question of what's your why for being here? I think it was.
Yeah, I liked it though. She. Here's the thing, and Sage did this as well. That's why I think Sage had a pretty good one. I just don't think she had a good enough game, and Sophie did a better. Sophie with an I did a better council. But I like Sage's performance where they owned it. You know what I mean? Savannah knew going into this that people were going to be like, oh, you were in this for yourself. You wanted to win the money. And she's like, yeah, I was in this for myself. I wanted to win the money. Don't run away from it.
Yeah. I feel like the answer, I don't know how genuine the answer was, as opposed to, it felt like a callback or a rhyme or mimicry of when Kenzie won. Right? And Kenzie was like, I do all these things for other people. This money's for me. And I think when Kenzie did it, it was in direct response to Gabler, when Gabler gave the money away. And he was like, this money is for other people. Right? And Kenzie was like, I do my life for other people. This is the one thing that is going to be for me. And I feel like Savannah saw that win and didn't necessarily, it wasn't plagiarism, but she definitely copied off her homework for that answer. Of no, it shouldn't matter.
Maybe.
I do what I will say in stages. I did like when somebody was like, Sage, we had this 7-3 majority. Explain to me how these final 3 others who were in the minority, who we should have gotten out this entire time, how were they here at the end? How did you let that happen? Right? And they were obviously upset about that situation. And Sage's answer was look, you don't have to like that I backstabbed the majority, but I am here and it worked. You might not have liked it. You might think it was wrong or whatever, but I did get here and all of you did not. Yeah. I like that. It worked. I'm here. Sucks for you. Maybe you would have done it differently, but I got here and y'all didn't.
Yeah. And she admitted straight up, I couldn't beat you, Steven. I had to backstab you. I could not beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she got there really after Juwan left. I think if Juwan was still there, she would have kept that road of that was also the turning point when that trio, the Tres Leches alliance, that's when they took over, is when they were able to get Juwan out. And after that is when Sage was like, fuck it, I'm just go nuclear.
Yeah. And get Sophie out for reasons.
Yeah. But at that point, it's just do what I need to do to get to final. Because the plans I had, the path that was there is blown up. So now scrap my way to the end. And if that means getting rid of Steven and completely undermining all of the shit that happened, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
He clearly disagreed because the way he was shaking his head. But, like, also he's on the jury, and she's at third place.
You're on the jury, and I'm not.
Yep.
But so, I don't know. Does anyone else have anything they want to say about this season?
Several.
Let's hear it.
Go ahead.
Air your grievances. It's almost Festivus.
Okay. No. This one's not. The real reason that I really wanted Sophie to win were two things specifically she did in this episode. First, after she had a fucking amazing comeback win in that challenge, and she was getting all emotional talking to Jeff, she did not start bawling. Okay, so that was a lot of points for me. And the second thing is she is literally the only fucking person in the entire game that did anything about Rizzo and Savannah.
Yeah.
Just for picking them up, she deserved to win.
That's true.
God damn these people. But now I completely forgot what the other thing I was going to say was. So.
Although she could have done, I appreciate that the start of the episode was her saying, every part of me wishes I stole Rizzo's idol.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Sophie. Yes. That's the move you should have made.
Yeah, she was so embarrassed. But yeah.
Not just the embarrassment, but like that move, I think if she had done that and then gotten to Final Tribal, she's a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Well, and gotten to Final Tribal being
that's the trick. But
part.
This jury, I feel like Savannah had a good, not great Final Tribal, and they clearly took the span of her season, and even though she wasn't super likable, she won the votes to win the game pretty handily. So I think this jury is one that would have respected a strong gameplay above other things. And Sophie also was strategic, also was social. Like, she had the right answers. Like, that move, especially in a season where Rizzo so openly and vocally played his game, right? His, like, I've got an idol, woo! If Sophie was like, I did the opposite, and I fucking swiped it from his bitch ass. Like, I played proper Survivor, where you keep your secrets secret until you do it. And I whooped his ass with it. Like, that is authoritative in a way that, like, okay, I sent you 2 to fire, and I got 1 of you out. That's not authoritative, because we see over and over and over that the person who wins fire has a huge advantage going into Final Tribal. And they didn't talk about it this one, but that is still a bee in my bonnet.
Yeah, this is my hot take. Now, in the end, Rizzo was an entertaining person to watch. Like, obviously he rubbed me the wrong way early on, and he still does, but also whatever. But here's my hot take: I don't actually think his game was that good. Because think about it.
It wasn't.
Never bothered to learn how to make fire. He had so much trouble with the puzzle, and like in the middle of it, you hear him go, "This will teach you next time to learn puzzles, Rizzo," or whatever, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. So, bad at puzzles, didn't do any practice there. Bad at making fire, didn't do any practicing there. Oh, I was like, shit, there was a third thing. Here's the third thing. Very theatrical about his idol. In the end, he could have scored a lot of points by playing it for Sage. Like,
or Christina.
Well, if you wanted to keep Christina, but I'm assuming he wanted to keep Sage, because he voted for her after all. But like, that's the thing is, even though it wouldn't have mattered because Christina was gonna, it was 4 votes on Christina, 1 vote on Sage, like that at least shows, look, just in case there was some sort of perfidy or other backstabbery, I would have saved this person. But he played it on himself, and there were no votes cast.
Yeah.
Now, ultimately, it didn't matter because he couldn't make fire, and so he was on the jury. It's like that was a misplay, like, and a kind of obvious misplay that I was like, oh, actually, I don't know how good he really is.
I don't know. That idol, that he didn't negate votes when he played it, but he negated a lot of votes along the way with it.
Oh no! And it's
but again, that wasn't him. That was everyone else being stupid for not making him play it.
Yeah. We've talked about you're right, Brian. We've talked about that so many episodes this season of like at a certain point you got to make him have it. You got to make him do it. And they never force that position.
And the thing, and like I give him all the points in the world for the theatricality, but also he himself in the so I watched the post thing, you know what I mean, where they are all together and interviewing. Did either of you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you guys were like, no, I don't want to watch this shit anymore. Anyway, no, but he basically said like, yeah, I was gambling the entire time. And he's like, gambling is good. You can quote me on that, especially if you're a child. Gambling is good, but like when it came time to actually play it, that's where I think he messed up. And it's like that was the only time it really mattered. So, I'm sorry, not the only time it really mattered, but you know what I'm trying to say. Where it's like, wait, when you did get around to playing it, you just played it on yourself, which is the least, and you already knew that you were safe. Why? Like, it almost would have been more gutsy and baller to just not play it at 5, and to say I used it as a threat. Like, I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Or last week's tribal, right? Last week's tribal, it was coming down to Sophie or fuck. Was Steven last week? Yeah, Steven was last week.
Sophie, yeah.
And it ended up being Steven, but there was talk of it being Sophie. And if you know no votes are coming your way because people are convinced you're going to play the auto because they thought it was the last time you could play it, right? Drop it on Sophie. And maybe you didn't need it, but at least then you show like, hey, I held on to this whole time. I negated them from me. And then when it came time to play it, I protected somebody else. You know, at least you can show that you tried to do something strategic for your alliance and not just for yourself. Yeah. I think is what that's kind of what I'm hearing from you, right? Like, he didn't use it as a strategic tool for his alliance. He used it just protection for him.
He should, yeah. It just seems like a misplay. He will be in season 50, and so I'll be interested to see what he does with that. Now, we also know that Savannah's going to be in season 50. Who's the third person? Because you said there are 3 people from this season. Who's the third?
It's just those 2.
Oh.
Those 2.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 3. All right. No worries then.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd rather see Sophie again.
Yeah.
Might start following her on socials.
So, you know what I like about this jury is they also clearly think Rizzo's a fucking joke because when Jeff actually said Rizgod, they all just fucking laughed.
Yeah. If I was Jeff, I would not have said it. I would have refused.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeff likes to he likes to kid around with the players now.
Look, I know. I remember him on Personal Effects. He had a personality. But yeah. All right. Well, let's do let's do our fantasy.
Wait, Brian. Brian's got something. I can hear him.
I fucking hate that Rizzo is coming back for season 50, but because I can't stand him. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to be there very long because everyone else in this season's like a couple years older than him. Everyone in 50 is going to be like 30 years older than him, and they're not going to put up with his shit.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. You want to talk about the preview for next season? I didn't feel like I wanted to see Coach again, and then when they started off with the Coach quoting Magellan, I was like, okay, yeah. And not only do I'm like okay to see Coach again, I want Coach to win because Coach go.
Oh, I was saying, and the other thing is, Coach looked in much better shape than I would have expected for someone probably in his 50s or whatever. So yeah, I was like, oh, he'll probably be fine.
I like Coach's character development and his story across multiple seasons. I think he's one of the mascots of Survivor. And when people talk about like the great Survivor players and they talk about like the quote unquote Mount Rushmore of Survivor, Coach never gets brought up because he's never won. And I feel like he's not a joke. He kind of was his first season, and then like his character progression moved him out of that. And he's a genuine likable person. I feel like it did. I feel like for me it was when Tyson had the heart to heart and Tyson was like, "You've got to stop saying this stuff. People are laughing at you. They're not laughing with you." And he genuinely internalized that. And he's still a weird guy, right? But I feel like he's really likable, and I feel like he's one of the mascots of the show. And so for him to not win, I feel like for him to win 50 would be like the conclusion of a great story arc across Survivor as like a character thing. They can't force it, but I would love it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know where you're getting all that. I've never heard a single positive response to him that wasn't you.
I love him. Well, I love my characters too. I love him. I love Abby Maria. I love Christian Hubicki. I'm glad he's coming back. I love the weirdos.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to Q coming back either.
Yeah, Q, I was like, when he showed up in the trailer, I was like, oh, fuck this guy. I want to see him again.
I should have known it was Q because he had hair. I thought it might have been James from China.
No, Q's going to be there. We're trying to sell his Q skirt bullshit and canceling Christmas. I hope he gets voted out.
Yeah, that would be a lot better. I loved James.
Yeah.
That guy was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm going to skip the episode. I don't care that it's only going to be like a 5-minute cameo that he gets paid $20 million for, but I'm going to skip the episode of Mr. fucking Beast.
Yeah, God.
I get the feeling it's going to be more than that. Because there was a line where Christian was like, Jimmy Fallon may decide my fate in this game. And somebody else said it's the Billie Eilish boomerang. Like, either they're all mocking the show to camera, which I don't think would make the cut, or there is more than just Mr. Beast.
Billie Eilish Boomerang, she has a song called Boomerang.
Right.
Yeah, and that's just what's the word I'm looking for? A metaphor. Like it's an immunity idol that's going to bounce back at you, like probably because they played it, and then the ramifications of having played it were something is all. I don't think they're really saying Billie Eilish is going to show up and throw a boomerang idol at them or anything.
I don't know. I don't think so either.
Yeah, I mean, it's what was his face that, literally anything he said, he would make a Taylor Swift reference.
That's Charlie.
It could just be like that. Charlie, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Do you want to do scoring? Because it doesn't matter.
No, just I was surprised I got as many points as I did because Jeff kept saying $1 million.
Yeah.
But Brian, if I'm not mistaken, Brian still beat me by like 29.
Brian could have scored 0 points this week and still won.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, yes, I actually drafted the final 3.
Yeah,
I know.
You did.
Fuck you.
It's obviously purely based on skill and in no way luck.
Yeah. Superior scouting skills.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I was in last. I had Rizgod. He played his idol. He survived 1 tribal, and then he was gone. And I won a bet. The Jeff Hugger bet, the over-under was at 2.5. I don't know where we were before this episode, but we got 3 in this episode alone. So I won that over bet. So that's 5 out of my 71, giving me 76. Nick, you came week in second place with Zombie MC, Jeff, and Christina. I traded Jeff to you last episode for Shiggles, and he got you 3 points because he said it was this who to take for fire making was $1 million choice. While they were making fire, he said that could be $1 million fire. And then there was another thing where he said $1 million late for some other bullshit. And then MC said something about $1 million tribal too during Final Tribal. So that's $4 million points for you for that bullshit. And you also were in on the Jeff Hugger bet. And you said Rizgod would be in season 50, and you were right. So that's another bet that you got 3 points for. Yeah, he was one of your guesses. Yep, so that is 10 onto your 93, giving you 103. Brian, you came in the week in first place with 106 points. You had Savannah, Sophie, and Sage. You got no bets. I'm not going to go down all of the points, what you got for everything. Savannah got you 16 because she got her votes. Soul Survivor win bullshit. Sophie still got you 9. Pretty good because she got 2 Final Tribal votes and won her own bullshit. It said $1 million twice. $2 million points for you there. And then 4 points from Sage because she survived some things, She saw some shit. So that is 29 onto your 106, giving you 135. So as I said, you came into the week with 106, Nick finished with 103. You didn't need any of this week, and you still had the Final Tribal as your 3. So that's a pretty authoritative victory for you, and that puts you with 8 wins. You are now in the lead of most wins. You have 8 wins so far. I have 7, and Nick has 6. So maybe in season 50, Nick will catch up to me, or maybe you will take a bigger lead, or we will go back to a tie. Those are the 3 possibilities. I don't know why I had to spell them all out.
So I'm confused because if we're counting any time somebody says the $1 million thing is a point, why did you only start doing it this episode? Because you missed a shitload of them if we're doing that already.
I have not just started doing this. They have to say it like this is $1 million choice or $1 million decision
There were
or a
plenty
thing
of
for
them
$1 million.
last episode.
I gave points. I gave points for those. They have been coming up. They do not come up. What I've noticed is they don't come up until the last like 2 episodes of the season. That's when it happens.
Well, I mean that makes sense, obviously, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you missed a lot of it. It doesn't matter, but I thought we were doing that till like next season because we have like the $1 million Deadpool. We're the first person to say it, but
no, we got rid of
we
the.
hardly ever.
We got rid of the Deadpool.
No, we have that on there.
Oh yeah, we do.
No, it's right there.
Huh?
Yeah, because we never get it because it's ridiculous. And then we said we were going to do this, but then apparently we weren't, and then now we're doing. I don't know.
Somebody must have gotten it this season. I don't remember who, because Nick had Rizgod and I had Sophie, so one of us had to have gotten it by now.
Man.
Nah.
I don't know how scoring works at all.
Oh, we had the pick a winner bet too. Brian, you had MC, but I had Rizgod and Nick had Sage, and I was like, "Oh shit!" 2/3 of these pick a winners going to be in Final Tribal, but no, we all whiffed, even though it was close.
Yeah. Hey, Sage was in finals.
I know.
Could have won. All right. Well, in that case, we'll go see everyone for season 50 probably, and enjoy.
Ooh, are any of you going to look for the idol hidden in your state?
What?
I didn't hear about that at all.
Survivor is hiding 50 immunity idols, one in each state, for you to go find.
Yeah,
well, I do live near the giant, the one giant city in this state, so maybe.
Oh, well, they're probably going to hide it fucking nowhere near there.
Yeah, the way I figure it is, there's no way I would find it in California just because...
Yeah, right? Jesus.
Yeah.
Fly out to Rhode Island and good luck.
Yeah, exactly. That's a much better one.
Right.
Yeah. All right, well...
Yeah, what if you live in Alaska? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The good news is if you live in Alaska, most likely you live near the only parts of Alaska that people live in, so...
That's true.
Yeah. Okay,
where is this? I want to look this up. What is...
I'll find it. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to end the episode because it's 9:40 and I still got to watch Star Trek. So, all right. I will talk to you. So we will see everyone next season. Goodbye.
Wait,
is the new Star Trek out?
Yeah, what?
No.
Yeah, right?
No, it's January.
Yeah.
And also...
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen anymore because they got really quiet at work. But there's a chance that I might be on the road January 10th through mid-April. So damn. I may not actually. Yeah.
That's a lot of road.
Yeah. What are you doing? What's going on?
So they're doing a bunch of pop-ups, and they wanted somebody who can just drive from city to city carrying all the stuff, help them set up, and I was like, yeah, I'll do. They're like, and we need you to do it 3 14-week tours, and I was like, I will do 1 14-week tour. I'm not going to be at my home or away from my home 42 weeks out of the year, and that seems to be the sticking point. Like everything else, I asked a bunch of questions, and when I was like, blah blah blah, whatever. They're like, oh, okay, well, we can do this. Like, I'm still going to take my vacation in January, although actually I may end up having to cancel it anyway, just because logistically, how would I take it? Whatever. Anyway, then I said, like, in one of the messages, email messages about it, I was like, just so we're all on the same page, this is when I asked all my other questions, just so we're all on the same page, I just want to be clear that I would only be doing the first 14-week tour. You would have to find someone for the other 2 because I can't be away from my house that long. And when they sent me the answers, they were like, blah, 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 all the answers I liked. And then they said, well, we normally do 14 weeks, and then we have 1 or 2 weeks off, and then we go on the road again. And I was like, all I could think of was, and so my response was, well, what I wanted to respond was, what part of first do you not understand? But I didn't, because I was like, I don't want to be rude. So I just said, well, I would only be doing the first one. You'd have to find someone else for the other 2. If that's a deal breaker, okay, whatever. And that was like Tuesday, and they haven't responded since. So I'm like, it's probably not going to happen. But there is a chance that I may just be driving a truck around the country for 3.5 months.
Man, you and I are different people, because I would totally take the 42-week thing. I would be like, all right, I'm going to cancel my lease. I'm going to put all my shit in storage. And when I come back home, I'm just going to get a hotel room for like a week. And then like work pays for my living the rest of the year. That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, and that just goes to explain the thing that every man of a certain age has the urge, no matter how good their life is, to just throw it all away and hit the open road for a stretch of time.
No, I mean,
you have two fucking kids and a wife.
No, exactly. I would not. But if I were in your situation, I 100% would.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's too much time. I like living here. I like everything. I don't want to have 10 weeks to myself a year. It's neat to, like, it's not going to be a straight up sightseeing tour if I do it. I know that, but like I will have time. Like week. Like,
I'm just more thinking like 42 weeks. You don't have to pay rent.
Week 10, I think, is ends in not Minneapolis, in Indianapolis, and then week 11 on Saturday starts in Chicago, which means that basically my job for 6 days would be drive 4 hours to Chicago. I'm like, well, I would have a lot of time to just bum around Chicago. It would be kind of nice, but whatever. Anyway,
and if that's all on company dime,
yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, which is fine also because I had plans that I want to do in January anyway, and I'm like, whatever. So yeah.
Would they be willing to hire somebody to do that? Because Brian could take it.
You can try. Check on LinkedIn, Azazzi LinkedIn. They're looking for. I think it's called. Wait, let me see what it's called. I deleted the email. Oh yeah, I deleted the email where they offered it because I didn't need it anymore once I applied. So yeah. But it should be on somewhere on LinkedIn.
Event marketing manager. We got a lot of marketing manager jobs. I might need a new job soon.
Let me see. They may have taken it off when I let's see. Pop-up driving role, I think is what it's called.
Ooh, marketing manager Australia.
It's called. I think it might be called pop-up driving role, and they may have taken it off when I expressed interest in it. But if it's not going to work out, then they're going to need to find someone because the first LA show is January 10th of January.
Yeah, it looks like it's gone.
Yeah, and needless to say, that's why I was like, we'll probably see you next season because if I'm doing this, yeah, there's no way I'm recording.
Oh shit! There's a remote. There's a remote job in Australia.
Yeah. Check it out. I like the company. All right, anyway, I really do got to watch Star Trek. So goodbye.
Bye.